1, 2, 3. Great success. So today we brought two shy guys in front of camera. Introverts. Can you please be close to the mic when you talk? When you talk,
of course.
So, what's up, guys?
Hello.
You can introduce yourself if you want, but we don't.
No, there is no need to introduce myself. But this is my first time here, so maybe I should introduce myself. I'm Walid. I'm student, mechanical engineering student, and fortunately in Istanbul I did university. So yeah, here I am.
What about you?
Mehdi, hello, hi. What do I say about myself?
Let me just tell your name and what you study. It's not the
I study business, third year.
Rich guys, Bitcoin and crypto.
Businessman, yeah.
That's like
So,
the trend nowadays.
A few days ago, I shared a story, and I think you saw it. I talked about why, as humans, all of us in this table, we see one specific thing, but we understand, and we took kind of a new point of view through it. I was wondering, what are these factors that make us think this way? I mean, when we watch the news or when we hear idea, we hear the same thing. Same input, different outputs. So, I just want to know your ideas. What do you think?
Mine would be like a long thing.
Yes.
If you want to say something.
So firstly, we're human beings. We're living by our free will. We have a purpose, we have desire, so therefore everyone can use their imagination to see the things different than the others. And when you ask about the factors, we can say there is the environment, how the people they raised when they were kids, the insecurities, the knowledge, to be more specific.
So I've talked about this with a few of my friends before. This was a topic that we discussed, and in philosophy there are two ways you answer this. There are two ideologies. One of them is called absolutism, and the second one is called relativism. It depends which one you accept and you want to use in your life, and you can answer it differently, obviously. So in absolutism, we believe that basically there's one absolute truth and one truth only. So, for example, if something happens and we see it differently, the fact is that one thing only happened. Three different things didn't happen. One thing happened. It's just you guys saw it differently. And the thing is, all of you, or let's say we three see something, two of us are wrong and one of them is right. Okay? Unless we see the same thing and we agree on the same thing. Relativism says it's okay to have multiple truths. There is no one single truth. If we see it differently, it's fine, it's okay. There's three truths now. They believe that there can be millions of different of truths in every subject. So it depends which one you would agree with. And I personally believe in absolutism.
Really?
Yes.
Why?
There are too many flaws in relativism.
Okay, but let me give you an argument. Let me give you a nice argument. For example, the era we are living is media can manipulate everything basically. So if you want to think that way, it means everything the news tell you, that's it. There's no other thing.
No.
I'm sorry for interrupting, by using this word media, you're getting yourself into a huge concept.
Yeah.
Because if you want to talk about media, I mean, there is people in charge. Everyone knows that there is people in charge. Those people, we don't see them on the TVs.
Yeah.
So basically, we can say that they're doing manipulation, and for their good, benefits. So we can say at the same time, the sheep herd. So, in my perspective, I see from the environment here, and it's not just here nowadays in this world, that everyone, most of the people, they are going with the flow. I mean, you come to a person, why you decided to do this, why you thinking this way, he's gonna tell you, she's gonna tell you, oh, people doing this, so it's normal.
Okay, one question in the middle of this. Do you think this is absolutism, right? The thing he said.
Say it in a sentence. Like what? Manipulation? With media?
No, about manipulation. For example, people in charge, all right, they're using media, because media in these days, this is the most powerful weapon nowadays. Okay. So they are using this for their, own benefits nowadays.
Yeah.
It's associated with the economic.
Yes.
So.
Okay.
No, I didn't mean this part. The part that you said
about
that everyone is going with the flow.
Oh, all right.
Yeah. So basically, he said that everyone, they get one idea and they tell this to each other. So eventually, everyone has the same idea.
Yes.
I mean, let me explain this to you more specific. So my opinion is, for example, there is a person, and that person has his own opinion of something. Mm-hmm. But when he saw other people have got a different opinions, he's gonna reconsider his opinion.
Yeah.
So, I mean,
what I'm saying
he will see he will follow the majority of the people.
Okay.
But I mean,
depends on what topic though. Like, are we talking about, let's say, 20 years ago, nobody liked sushi. Now, everyone likes sushi.
So the thing you said, it depends on the.
It does depend on the situation.
Yeah.
Like, there are certain things, like feelings, like beauty, like taste. It's all opinion related. Like, if I say this is beautiful and you disagree, like, there's no absolute truth in beauty.
Yeah.
Like, you can find something attractive or someone attractive, and I wouldn't, right? Or taste, like I would say this food tastes good, and you would be like, no, I disagree.
So give me example that when absolutism works.
It works. Okay. Let's say about this. This is a desk.
Yeah.
You can't argue that this is a laptop.
Yeah.
You can't be like, but I don't see this as a desk.
Because this is a fact. This is
Yeah,
not
it's
opinion.
a fact.
It's a fact.
In relativism, facts don't exist
Oh.
unless
Oh.
proven
Now,
scientifically or mathematically.
Okay, so someone that believes in what was it? Relativity.
Relativism.
Yeah.
Relativism.
Yeah.
He's those kind of people. Then when they say this is a desk, he said no.
Like,
That's
argue
how-
about
You know,
it. Like,
guys,
how do you know this
that's-
is a desk?
Guys, speaking of, nowadays in US, I can identify myself as a table.
Like, as anything, yeah.
As a table.
That's like a
now I
product
get
of-
what you mean. Now I get you. But the question that
We
I
can
would-
make it easier. So, okay, for example, like, there are argues they make on this. So, let's say we are discussing a color,
Yeah.
okay? Let's say I would say this is orange, and you would agree, like, most people would say this is orange. Let's say someone is colorblind, and they see it as green, blue, whatever. Now, they come and say, okay, but they actually see it as green. Like, they're not lying about the fact that it's green. We see it as orange.
Oh, that's the thing I'm talking about.
Yes. Like, that's something you can argue about.
Yeah.
What we believe in absolutism is that this is either orange or blue or whatever color. It can't be both colors at the same time.
Okay.
So one person here or one group of people here are wrong about it being a different color. So let's say like 90% of people see this as orange and 10% are colorblind. The fact is, it's their flaw. Like, it's their vision, it is flawed.
Yeah.
You understand?
Yeah, I get it.
And like, I had a friend who was like, okay, what if it is actually green and like the 90% are wrong?
Yeah.
And I'm like, okay, then in that case it's green. It's still like not two colors. It's still one color.
But But if you want to open that door of seeing everything
Differently.
like we have this nowadays about the pronouns and identifying and all of this shit.
The agendas.
But how can we how can we be sure that one of the choices is
More correct.
right, more correct? How can we be sure that one of them is more correct?
One of them is a fact and anything other is like false. Like, give me an example.
Okay, for example.
I mean, he's asking about the standards of, you know.
Yeah.
Like, you're either like a woman or a man. You're saying this?
For example, that's the example.
Okay.
But someone comes and says, no, I identify as a penguin.
Okay.
So, what the fuck? I mean, like, there is no proof for that. There is nothing. Just
There's no physical
yeah,
or
that's the
chemical.
the question I want to. We cannot find the answer, but we can discuss it. Is what gives a person the idea to see that color or that color green, and if you talk to them, it's no, this is orange. So no, I believe this is green. And this is a simple, this is a simple problem. But imagine it in a political way, or in a way like different parents raise their kids differently in the same country, same neighborhood, same everything. So, which one is exactly the right way? How can you tell that this is the right way and this is the wrong
What's
way?
right and what's
That's
wrong?
a different topic. So absolutism doesn't discuss which one is right or
Okay.
wrong. It just says one is right.
Okay.
Like, you can't have 5 rights. You can't have 10 rights. So one of them is right. Like, that's a different topic. I don't know. So we have, like, for example, there's this ideology called positivism.
Yeah.
It's from, I don't know what, it's like Western philosophy. What it means is they believe anything you say or believe in has to be scientifically proven. Okay?
That's bringing atheism to this
It
world.
does bring atheism, yeah. Like, most of the philosophers are atheists who believe in positivism. The thing is, like, even positivism is so flawed. So when you say you need to scientifically prove something, otherwise, like, they just deny it, it removes all religion. Because, like, religion, the Bible, the Quran, like, none of them are, what do you say? They're beliefs. They're in your brain. They're in your mind. You can't scientifically prove every single thing. No, like, beliefs in general are not scientific.
Yeah, like there's
you don't
one
need
guy,
to scientific.
There is one guy in a random street
about the
with a
faith.
video on Instagram.
Yeah.
He was talking about belief. He said the word belief, it means you're not sure about it. You're not 100% sure. He said when you believe in something, it means that you're not sure. You don't say I believe my name is Mehdi. You say my name is Mehdi.
Okay.
Right? He was talking about this when you say believe, you're not sure. It's just a belief in your mind. You think this exists.
How do you say you're sure then?
What?
Like,
You
if
don't know
you're
you're sure. If you say I believe, you're not
Okay,
sure.
if you are sure of something, what do you say? You say, I'm sure?
No, you say I'm Mahdi. For example, you say this is a table.
Okay.
You don't say I believe that this is a table. You say this is a table because you're sure it's a table.
It's more like grammar. I
Yeah, it's
believe.
more
It's
grammar.
like, you can't say I believe this is a table and mean it as like you actually 100%
Yeah, but
believe
see
it's a
in the
table.
other side. Like when you say when you use it's English grammar basically.
Yeah.
When you say,
Like, it would be different in different languages.
yeah, but when you say like you ask me something like do you know where is I don't know Sina? I said I believe he is in home. It's
It
You're not
indicates
sure.
you're not
You're not
yeah.
sure.
He
Yeah.
was talking about this part of belief that you're not sure when you're talking about something. You just have assumptions and you just imagine.
But the use of it is different. When you say I believe in God,
Yeah.
it's not that you're not
But
sure.
are you
You
sure?
are 100%
But,
sure.
okay, in the end of the day, it's just a whole other different topic. But
Yeah.
in the end of the day, you're not sure. This is just a belief that God exists. You're not sure if this exists. You just believe that
That's
there
true.
is a God.
That's
But
true.
it goes for the opposite. Like, if you say God doesn't exist, you're also like you're
Yeah,
saying
that's the
I
thing.
believe God
I
doesn't
mean,
It's just a
exist.
loop.
I mean, guys, for speaking of gods or God, when we use belief word, it's associated to faith. So you need to get faith to start believing something.
Positivism, like, it completely denies any
Yeah.
of this.
Denies
Like,
everything.
Everything.
Oh.
Like, if it's not physically or scientifically proven. By the way, like, the biggest flaw in the idea of positivism is that the sentence itself, when you say everything should be scientifically proven, otherwise we deny it. This sentence itself, you can't scientifically prove
But
it.
my friend, let's say, in our physical terms, this
Yeah.
period of life, we are not ready to face such a thing like God or
Okay.
these supernatural things. We're not ready. Like our eyes, our minds, they are not ready to. I don't know if you got what I'm saying.
I
Got a
understand,
point?
yeah. Okay.
So it's more about faith than.
Yeah, but like the thing you said about science, that everything should be proven in science way in positivism. Positivism. Like, okay, you cannot describe everything even in
You
science. Okay,
That's why it's flawed.
explain what is light.
Yeah.
Photons.
Okay, that's it. Folks.
It's not even
Thank you
that.
so much.
Look, the
The
sentence
substances of
itself,
photons.
you can't prove the sentence itself in science. Like, if you believe in something, first step is that you should be able to prove it, yeah?
Yeah.
They believe in this sentence that everything should be scientifically proven. They can't scientifically prove this sentence itself.
Yeah.
So, therefore, like, it's flawed.
But okay, we talked about this. Back to the main question. Imagine, let's talk about the most trend one in the world. So we have the same thing, and we're looking at everyone together.
Okay.
The LGBTQ community.
Okay.
You see, we all see the same thing, but I don't like the community. You might like the community. You might hate the community. I don't know. So,
Okay.
but same thing, same input again, different.
That's
perspective.
opinion related. Like,
Okay,
things
what
that are
makes this
opinion
opinion?
related or just, huh?
What makes this opinion? What is the like? What is the prerequisite for having this opinion?
I mean,
You get some info from outside. You hear some people, but in the end of the day, we both can go to the same class about in business, but we understand different.
we
things.
go back to the roots. Why do you hate or like the community?
Because I don't like the things they're doing.
Okay,
Okay.
that would be like your backup. Like, you would be like, I don't like them for X, Y, Z.
Yeah.
I would say I like them for X, Y, Z. Like,
Yeah.
different opinions.
Yeah.
We can't discuss the fact that like I like them or don't like them and who's right, who's wrong. We can only compare the reasons why we like or dislike them. We compare those and we're like, okay, in this topic you are right. In that topic I'm right.
Yeah.
Like, at the end of the day,
So
one would be wrong.
I think in the end of the conversation, the group of people wins that they have more people on their side.
No.
Like, imagine talk about racism. I think racism is bad. If I have more,
You need
people-
supporters
Yeah.
for your
If I
idea.
have more supporters from mine, I'm gonna win. It's like Trump and Biden.
Yeah,
If
yeah.
one of them can find more people, one of them gonna win. Either wrong or right, one of them gonna win.
Okay, true. But winning doesn't equal being right or wrong.
But in the world that we are living in, when you win, or you are in the social media, or you are in the news, it means you're right. When you're
that idea is wrong. Like,
it's wrong or I'm wrong. Which one?
no. The idea is wrong. Like, just because you win doesn't mean you are right. Like, you can be one person and say 2 plus 2 equals 4, and then we find 200 people here who all of them say 2 plus 2 is 5, like equals 5. It doesn't matter even if you bring like 2 million people. The truth is 2 plus 2 equals 4, whether you like it or not, whether it's 1 to 100 or 1
But
to 1
let me
million.
tell you, let me give you a new argument. If you have 2 billion people that think that they say 2 plus 2 is 5, and we are only like, I don't know, 100 people.
Like, we're less than them.
Eventually, these 100 people are gonna think that way.
Okay.
Because they think, okay, there are a lot of people. This is not something that I think this is inside us.
This is psychology.
Yeah. I said, okay, maybe actually 2 plus 2 is 5.
About
and
the
we are
context.
wrong. And all of these people are wrong and we are right? No, they are right.
Yeah.
So eventually, that's why I have this idea about how our world works. I say, like, we have ships and we have dumb people.
Yeah.
Okay. Ships are the people who just follow. follow everything happens. Andrew Tate, let's follow him. I don't know, Trump, let's follow him. LGBTQ, let's follow him. I don't know, war in Ukraine, just let's follow them. They just follow. And in the end of the day, all of these ships are in a big circle. And there are some dumb people. When I say dumb, I don't mean anything bad. I don't think being dumb is bad.
You're talking about blind people,
Not
like
blind.
following blindly.
Yeah,
Like,
I like to call them
without
ships.
knowledge, without
Exactly.
reading.
I
Without,
like to call them ships because ships they don't think, they just follow.
Okay, sure.
And being dumb is not bad because in this table,
we are all dumb.
you're dumb people because you don't maybe
I
you
mean-
don't know that much about computer engineering that I.
Yeah,
That
exactly. I
doesn't
mean, for
equal
example,
dumb.
yeah, I'm a dumb in your department.
That
You
means
can be a
like
dumb in my department.
Uneducated.
Yeah,
You wouldn't
at the end
say
of the day, it's
dumb. You would say uneducated.
Yeah, but like
Dumb-
you see dummies like economics for dummies.
Yeah.
I get the
Like,
idea from dumb for
someone
that.
who's uneducated.
Yeah, uneducated.
Okay. Yeah.
So about in one thing or few things.
Yes.
But like I think as uneducated people are watching the ships we have are way more than the dumb people.
Okay.
So they're just seeing them and like,
They
why
follow
they're
it.
following them. Maybe there are the people that they think, they analyze the stuff, and they take their own perspective from the thing that's happening.
Yeah.
They are the like I want to call them. They are the people that see what actually is happening from different perspectives. But those people, the ships, they don't see anything. You just see one thing and go. Where's the
Yeah.
grass? Where you go? So I think after a while, we will lose dumb people. We will lose the people that are actually thinking. Because they think, okay, maybe it's something wrong with me.
But this
there
has
is-
always
there
been
is-
happening in
there-
history.
There is something in human nature. In human nature, basically, why you follow the majority, because you're following the majority, according for the results.
Yeah.
I mean, either it is if there is consequences, the consequences will be for a lot of people. If there is a benefits, positive results, they are going to be for a lot of people. So you feel more confident to be to be with the majority of the people because of the results.
Yeah.
I mean, you feel more confident when the results will apply to a lot of people, not just like small amount of people.
But I saw that, and I decided in my life that when I see a huge amount of people going one way, I'm sure that something is wrong with that way. Because if it was good, not everyone would found it. Let me give you a small example that we have a few years ago, the cryptocurrency. In the beginning, people were like, oh, that's a great idea. Let's make our money digital and put it
let's
in
be
the internet. When
millionaires.
the power is gone, we have nothing. That's a great
Rainbows.
idea. People started following it, and we saw some people that got rich from that, and people started following them. And where are those people now? In the past
They're
few
broke.
months.
Broke.
Where are those people? When every time I have two things in my life. I say I don't follow what everyone is going. I have to see it. I have to analyze it. The second thing is when something is too good,
It's
probably something wrong.
Yeah,
Okay.
So
I
and
agree
it's
with the,
so beneficial if there's something wrong with it.
with the first part. Like, I feel like you shouldn't examine something. Like, the population shouldn't matter ever. Like, just because 100 people are doing something and 5 people are doing the opposite, you shouldn't go be like, because most of the people are doing this, I'm gonna follow them. You also shouldn't be like, oh, because most of them are doing this, I'm gonna go opposite and be with the few.
Let me tell you something
Like, the
funny.
population shouldn't matter.
About this word, this is so funny. Some people they follow the group of 100 people because they want to be looked like them. They don't want to lose
Yeah.
anything. And at the same time, we have some people in this world that they want to be in the 5
To be different.
to be different, but they don't
Both
actually
are wrong.
understand.
Both are wrong. I feel like every topic you see, you should do research or you should do whatever you want.
In your own terms.
Yeah, in your own terms. You should be like, okay, I feel like in this topic the 100 people are wrong, or like opposite, maybe the 100 people are right actually, and then go follow the people who are right. You shouldn't focus on the numbers of the people.
But we do it. Like I'm unfortunately, we
Human
care.
nature.
A lot of people
Like
do this.
especially the
Trends.
cul-
That's how trends are made.
the culture that we came from is like we have this expression is Farsi. I don't know if you know it or not. We say be the same color of the society, so people give you respect. Yeah, I don't know if you have the same thing in your country. So that this number matters because we have something we call it. I don't know if the same word in English. But we can say respect.
There's a Greek or Romanian thing for this. They're like, you should be the same color as the people in your society.
Yeah, but that's.
I don't believe in that though,
really
because
matters.
if they're wrong, even if there are millions of them, they're still wrong. You should do the right thing no matter what.
So we don't know what's the right thing. That's a problem.
Okay, one thing I would say, it goes back to relativism, is that they believe because there's no like one truth and everyone sees something from their own perspective.
There's no standards.
They have the same thing for groups. So basically, they say a group of people might see something and think it's right, and a group of people would see the same thing and they would be like, okay, it's
That's
wrong.
when religion born. Okay.
What's wrong with this is that they say you should respect the society or the people who you're with, and if there's a group saying this is right, it's their right to think of this as right. Now the problem is slavery.
Okay.
Slavery. With this mentality and this logic, slavery was okay. Why? Because the people of that time and basically every group thought it was right, and because they saw this thing as a right thing, then it's okay. You can't go opposite.
So at the same time, nowadays we have this movement that let's teach kids to be transgender and be gay. They have their own group. We should
Like this is
respect them.
relativism.
Should we respect them?
Depends on the
No.
the specific topic.
3 people in this room. Should we respect them? I really have a
On
bad
kids,
problem
no.
with this.
No, I'm against it.
But they think this is a good thing. Kids should know and choose their way.
Me, come on.
Learning
Kids.
it is different than forcing it on them. Like there are a group of these communities who are forcing it on kids. They're like let's say it's a 5-year-old boy, and they're like, you should paint your nails. Like you should be open-minded. It's a kid, man. Like let him choose this stuff whenever he's older.
Do you think this stuff means that you're open-minded? I don't think it means open-minded.
No, it doesn't necessarily mean open-minded.
I think I think the open-minded people are the people that actually think and choose for themselves.
Yes.
But being different from the color of the society doesn't mean you're open-minded.
No.
It means just you're in another.
You're just being different.
Yeah.
Whatever.
So I mean, like we have a Iranian side.
But the majority, the color of the society, should be open-minded to accept the different people.
Minority.
Yeah.
That's true.
But
You should
we
hear
saw
them
in
out.
history, they're not.
Huh?
And the thing we saw in the history, when we have something new, first people are against it, then eventually they're gonna accept it.
Yeah.
Like the country I lived in, having tattoos 20 years ago, you were a thug, you were a gangster.
Jesus.
But nowadays, having tattoos is normal. Everyone if
It's
you want
society.
it, yeah.
Like it changes every
Maybe
10 years, every
it's
decade.
about the generations, guys.
I think our generation, first of all, is fucked up. I can
That's
see it's
true.
fucked up.
Yeah. So
And
broken, bro.
I think at the same time, we are more open to change, but the problem is we don't think.
I feel like right now in this country, your country, I mean Iran, yeah.
Your country, not separate.
No, because you keep saying my country, and I'm like, okay.
Not because they don't know.
Let's just say the
exclusive
name
for
in
Ariel.
Iran.
Yeah,
I feel like they're being too open-minded right now. Like they're going out of.
They are
their way
going
to-
extreme, either this way,
They're
this
going
way,
out of
extreme.
their way to
Basically,
do
we have
extreme.
the USA. The USA.
They're doing it worse than USA.
Yeah.
Just to be like we're open-minded.
We're open, but we're different.
We're
not
different.
traditional.
We're just like the Westerns, you know. They're
That's
they're doing
fucked
too
up.
much.
Like, one thing I see, even nowadays, people have it is the American dream. They think USA is the best country ever. But fuck no.
Fuck no.
If they give me a passport, I will leave it. But I mean, I'm Iranian. I don't
You know,
know
it's
the
about
password.
the passport's too powerful. You can get in any country you want, so it's advantage.
But
over
imagine living
anything.
in Atlanta.
Um,
There's a high chance you die. When you get some milk, you're not gonna come back.
but if you're rich and living in California, it's a different story.
California is fucked up too. You don't know if it's a woman or not.
California
you just have to
dream,
check the utilities. But
You know, in this topic, I have philosophy in this topic. All right, we're talking about USA, all right, but we're seeing USA in different way because we're living outside US. But when we live inside US, we will see US in different
yeah,
way. But the three of us, everyone will has his own opinion about US. We're not gonna be on the same page. So basically,
We
we're
can
just human.
compare countries and be like, okay, like overall in general, USA would be an easier country to live in compared to, say, like an American.
Guys, we can say US good for immigrants, people, you know,
Yeah.
because we come from third world, so we want a country to get access for the first world so easy, so fast. So USA,
Yes.
here it is.
Like you can compare them and be like, it's better than this. But the thing that people in Iran think, oh, it's heaven, that's wrong.
Right.
There are so many countries in Europe or even Asian countries that would be easier to live in than the US.
but personally, that's the difference between ideas. I don't like Europe, especially around Germany.
How so?
Like, I don't know, the vibe is just so fucked up and dead.
Bro, guys, you see the media how it controlled us
Yeah.
because it controls us in a way we see like US. It is enormous, like achievement going to US. So
For us,
we're under
for
control
Asians,
until this point.
For Asians, is the best, like in the top. If
Yeah.
you go to Europe, they don't care about this.
Yeah, they are savages. They are calling people from US. They call them savages in Europe.
That's why I like capitalism.
So you prefer US over Europe?
I prefer.
You're just like the rest of the Iranis.
No. I actually, I like my dream. Like back to when I was 15, I used to play basketball.
Troy.
And I was like, I will be in the NBA. I will be the first Iranian that drafted in the NBA. But eventually, I'm here in Turkey.
Oh
so
God.
I had this American dream so much that I really wanted to be there. And at the same time, I was watching Friends. Living in New York, perfect life, everyone is happy. But when I see actual New York, like from the video, I know I cannot go there. But I saw
You know-
the actual video, and I was like, what the fuck, people live
Oh
there?
God. US is good for individuals, but not for the families. Let's say
Yeah.
you can't raise your children in US, but you can raise them here. For example,
Can we?
first of all, we should get our children before. We should get our girlfriends before.
Yeah. First, we should find some girls.
Before thinking that.
But listen, if you're rich, you can live anywhere you want. Like
Hmm.
even you.
It's not about the money because you are powerful and you get access like nobody else.
Yeah.
Imagine having money in our fucked up country. You can live like a
Like a king. Yeah.
You don't need anything. You don't need USA. You can bring USA to Iran.
Same as Jordan.
Yeah, every country, like
Third
I
world,
feel like
third
that's
world.
every country. If you're rich in any country, you can live like a king anyways.
Yeah. But I think people like people like to work in USA because there is more money there. Because the
Money
way
is
the
going
system
so fast.
Yeah. Because the way they make the system, capitalism is about money. They keep the money for 5% and let everyone work for the 5%. So if you're a little bit smarter than others, you can be in not 5%, but you can be in the top 20% at least. Like we see a lot of examples. Yeah. So I think that's one of the reasons that people see USA is good because money, there is more money there.
More opportunities.
More.
More
They
opportunities.
say it's a land of opportunities.
Yeah, exactly.
More freedom as well.
Yeah.
Freedom.
I mean,
The ego comes in.
look. Okay, all right. Let me get this
Give you
straight.
some freedom.
No. Let me get this straight. Because you're just being yourself with no judge, without judgments. So you're being yourself. No one cares. No one
Bro,
cares about you in
you,
US.
you can't be a black person in Texas. They're gonna be racist
You
towards
said this video
Yeah.
that going viral. There's a black guy going to the most racist city.
Yeah, I've seen that. Yeah.
We lost the title, but we're getting it back.
I mean, everyone is racist nowadays. Everyone is
You can
racist.
see it everywhere, but like from state to state in the US, it would be different.
Oh, of course, yeah. In terms of the color of the skin, yeah.
exactly.
I want to open a new door for you, a new conversation. Do you think should we have? Because since I was a kid, they always told me that you should have boundaries in your life. And living in Middle East, we have religion, and that religion tells us you have to have boundaries. But do you think in our brain and in our daily life, not daily life, just in our brains, because when you live in society, you should have some boundaries. But in your brain, in your thoughts, should we have these boundaries? Should we draw a circle and say,
Like limit your thinking.
yeah, should we limit our thinking? Should we be like, okay, I live in Middle East, I don't have a good passport. I like living in Middle East most of the time is hard. You don't have that much freedom, not freedom of speech. So I should just get used to this and don't think big, don't have big dreams and stuff. Basically, you're limiting yourself.
Okay, give me an example. As
I mean,
like limit what?
Okay, let me give you a religionally kind of
Religious.
Religious. I made new words.
It's okay, guys.
So,
English
yeah.
is our second language.
Religion taught us that we should be in a circle, we should not get out of it. And if you think about things out of the circle, you're going to hell.
Thinking?
No,
Or doing?
no.
Even thinking about it.
Like what?
Like, can a religious person believes that Darwin was real? The thing that Darwin said was real?
What was there?
Darwin.
Darwin.
I forgot the word. What was it?
Let me
I
help
forgot the word in Farsi too.
you. Let me help you.
The
What is it?
monkeys and
Oh, the evolution.
yeah,
The evolution.
Evolution.
Yeah.
Can a religious person believe in?
You wouldn't go to hell for
But
believing in
basically
evolution.
saying no to God.
Okay, no. It's a paradox. You can't be a Muslim and believe in evolution.
You are in this circle now.
No. I'm saying you're either a Muslim or you believe in evolution. Like you can't. Like
Okay.
you either believe in Adam and Eve,
Yeah.
and not just Muslims, but Christians too,
Yeah.
like Abrahamic religions. You either believe in Adam and Eve, or you believe in we came from monkeys.
Okay, but you see my point? There is a circle. You cannot step out of the circle because the whole thing will change.
I mean, guys.
Can you?
Yes,
Can you question God?
you can question everything.
You can.
Yeah, it's a human nature to questioning everything. Without questioning everything, how are you gonna learn? This is the first method of learning for a human being.
This is
Questioning-
why, like, we have, I would say, blind Muslims or Christians because they were born into it and they're like they don't question anything.
They are taking things to extreme. Brain is a muscle. If you don't doing exercises to this muscle is gonna be weak. So you're gonna be narrow-minded.
Yeah.
So as a human nature, we should be questioning everything. We have that curiosity
Yeah.
to get ourselves into anything, but you have a free will to think about anything or everything and make questions inside your mind. But you have to remember there is a rules, there is a boundaries. I mean, because the actions are different from the thoughts.
Yeah.
Thoughts are just like electrical cells in your brain, but actions, there is consequences of the actions.
Yeah. But the thing I'm saying is, if you believe in evolution, you're basically saying that God, the thing that came in the holy books, is wrong.
Oh,
You can't think about it.
You can think about it.
Aryan.
In the end of the day, you're just questioning what
Okay,
God
look,
said.
a Muslim or a Christian would fully believe,
Oh.
they have to believe in their holy book. Like you can't be like, I'm a Muslim, I believe in like God and the Quran, but like only 95% of the Quran. Like these like surahs or whatever, I don't believe in those.
So basically, you're in a queue
Okay.
and getting
Willingly.
out, What?
Willingly.
Yeah.
No one's forcing you to.
No one is, but some people are forced, but and that's not the conversation. But basically, you're in this cube of information that getting out of this cube means you're out of the whole thing. As you said, you cannot just believe in 95%.
Yeah.
So you're basically limited to this cube.
You can leave the cube.
You can live, but I'm talking about the limits. I'm not talking if you can leave or not. You can get into.
So I would say when you say like limits, we say if you are questioning whether we came from monkeys or we came from Adam and Eve, you have the right to question it. Like no one's limiting you and saying you shouldn't ever question
Yeah, go
and
to
even
boss
think.
and say that.
Yeah. Like you have the right to think about it and question it, and that's why research exists.
I
If
mean,
you research
I
about
have-
it.
I
If
have-
you, I'm sorry.
It's okay.
If you believe at the end of the day, like if you believe, oh, we did come from monkeys, you would start questioning more things in Islam and you would leave it at the end. Like,
Yeah, but the thing that I said is it stupid or not? Because I thought this is a limit. Do you think the thing I said was
he
stupid?
was gonna say something.
Folks, in my opinion, I think God aware of all of our thoughts. So you are not breaking the rules. You're not breaking anything. You are a creature. He's the maker. So I'm sorry for this, but he's not stupid. He's not stupid. I don't know, but I'm seeing this from religious people. They are taking things to extreme because they are treating God like He's just created us to torture us, to pour us in hell, to etc. For example, he's not stupid. Come on,
He knows what's
he's not
going on.
stupid. I mean, you know, for the science, for example, the advanced science, there is a lot of science we still don't know at this point. But for God, there is another advanced science. I mean, I don't know. This is another topic. This is another topic.
It's like imagine.
I'm not gonna get out from the topic.
Imagine it's simple. Imagine you make as a mechanical engineer, you make an engine. You know everything, but if you put the engine in front of a kid and let him explore the engine, he doesn't know shit. By step, he can understand.
Yeah.
But you know how exactly that works. Nothing is strange for you because you made it.
Yeah.
I think that's how
everything is familiar. Yeah.
Yeah.
But no, as far as limits go, I think you should be able to question whatever you have in your mind. There's nothing
It's
wrong
your
with
right.
questioning.
It's your right.
It's the difference between us and other animals. Like, you know, humans are considered animals.
Because we have the free will. We have the
we
purpose.
have the will and the intelligence.
Yeah.
We should use it.
Yeah,
We
but
have a
some people-
spirit, you know.
Yeah.
We're not robots or animals.
I don't know if I'm wrong or right with this, but I think what religion offers us is a limited box. I don't know if I'm right or wrong.
Aryan, okay, listen up.
I'm
It's not about the religion. It's about the people. They're displaying
Yeah.
the religion to the others. That, for example, there is imam or whatever. A lot of people should follow the imam, but it's wrong.
Yeah.
Because he is, and you guys, if you look, for example, I'm not gonna get myself into a sensitive things. I'm gonna just mention the headlines. So let's say about the religion. Let's say about Islam, for example, or Christianity. So in every culture, Islam is different than the other culture. So let's say it's about the people. They are shaping their religion into their culture. So I don't know, but if you go to the standard, to the basic, to the exact religion, you're gonna see a lot of great things. You're gonna see things differently. But the media, a lot of elements around us in this generation lead us to not paying attention to religions or seeking the truth by ourselves into a religious thing, because if we went to that way, we're gonna be like traditional, like old-fashioned people. So if either going to this way to be old-fashioned, or either to go to this way being open-minded and modern. But the truth is, if you went to that way, not like people showed us or showed you before, but for the truth, for the fact, seeking the truth from religions and the holy books, there is a lot of advanced science. There is a lot of things, but so by the end you're gonna figure out that following the religions, I mean, it's being open-minded. If you wanted to seek the truth from the religion, you have to be open-minded before.
But why?
It's heavyweight.
This conversation is so heavy, and I think for this thing we need a whole new series, not just one episode.
That's why I told you I have to just mention the headlines.
But maybe in this thing,
Okay, what you're saying is religion is putting us in a box. Is that what you're saying? That is true. Like,
yeah, that's what I'm saying. Why you
I know.
disagree with me?
I didn't disagree with that. I said like, that's the whole point of religion. I mean, if there was no religion from the beginning until now, like people would go around do anything
without rules,
without no
enemies.
consequences. Right now, if you don't believe in, let's say, not even just religion, like obviously religious people believe in afterlife. You know, let's say you don't believe in afterlife or karma. Anything, okay? Like your actions have no consequences. What would you do if you see a wallet here? You would just take it because it's free money.
There's no consequences.
There's no consequences.
Yeah.
If there was, I would believe, if there was no religion or people believe in karma, thieves would be way more. I would, like, if I see money here, like, why wouldn't I take it?
You know, Mehdi, because God, He knows the human nature, so He created some rules, some things to make our life better.
I think the cube that you're talking about is needed for us.
Yeah, I mean, when I said the cube, I didn't mean the actions. Like, yes, obviously, that's why I said in your life you should have boundaries, even without religion. Like, for example, if there's a girl and she got a boyfriend, you're not gonna flirt.
You don't have the rights to judge.
You don't have to. That's why you have to. I have this boundary. I don't do it, but other people don't have it. They don't care. They do.
Okay.
But another thing, they have boundaries.
Okay.
What I meant, it was your thoughts, because I saw a lot of religion people that they don't even enter some topics. Because they say it's poof, they say it's shit, they say it's like this, they say all of this stuff. That's what I'm talking about.
That varies from like scholar to scholar and from madhab, we say. Yeah, from madhab to madhab. Like some scholars believe you shouldn't question anything.
They shaped the religion to this.
You shouldn't be even questioning things in Islam. Like I personally believe we should. It's all right.
I think that's the.
We should be open-minded.
You should be.
I mean,
that's extreme. If you say, okay, I give you like a hadith, let's say, you should blindly just accept it and go on with your life.
That's my fucking problem. That's my fucking problem with it.
That is wrong.
Yeah.
You shouldn't be like. What would be the difference between Muslims and Christians and Jews? Because a Jew would be like believing in the same thing. They would like his parents would give him like a. What do they have? Not hadith, like whatever. They would give him from the book, and be like, you should believe this, and he can't question it. He's gonna go on his life with.
I have this question and no one can answer me, and everyone giving me random answers every time.
Okay.
I say, if it's the same thing, same book, same hadith as you said, everything's same. So why at the same time we have ISIS and we have good Muslims?
Okay.
Both of them, they had the same input.
Yeah.
Totally different.
Okay,
outputs.
it's the same thing. I see this as orange. If you bring a colorblind person right here, right now, he would see it differently.
But they say, like, you cannot, like, the thing that I hear from Muslims a lot, they say that what God said is the only right thing.
Okay,
you should follow this. Okay, so if you should follow this, all of us should have the same output. We didn't have to have any Shia or Sunni or Alawi or all of this stuff. We should all be the same.
I mean,
even Christianity have the same thing. All of them, they have the same thing. I mean, they get separated.
Yeah, they have Orthodox.
Because of the history.
Okay, why?
I mean, historical
at some certain points we're like orcs in every story.
For Shia and Sunni, it's just one thing.
It's historical events.
Yeah, history.
Yeah, but I mean,
ISIS is like completely different.
but in
Like-
the end of the day, they're Muslims and they believe in the same book, and they
They think so, but
think, but they read the same thing. But the guy that
I
taught
understand
them,
it differently.
I think that's the thing. The guy that taught them, they taught them in a different way. Same sentence. I can give you a sentence and I can describe it in 10,000 ways.
Yeah.
And I can make like that's what news is doing.
Yeah, exactly.
So I mean, if it's really this is a whole other topic, and I don't think this podcast have the capacity to talk about this, but because this is a heavy topic. I say if God knows everything, and this is the exact same thing, why He didn't make it in a way that all of us understand the same thing? Why
It's
did it happen?
impossible.
Because-
Like no matter what you do with whatever you say, there's always gonna be people who are gonna be rebellious against
Human being.
It's
Human
the
nature.
human
but,
nature.
but it's sent them by God. God sent it to this earth.
The might God, yeah.
But
Okay, if the person is sick, he's still gonna understand it
Okay.
differently.
Because
like
you have
the flaw
free will.
isn't the book or
Yeah,
the saying of
yeah,
God.
we have a free will.
we have a free will, but I'm thinking about this a lot. Because if you see, most of the problems we had in history was because of difference between the gods and the books.
Okay.
Like Arabs were in Iran for 800 years because we didn't accept them, and we killed the guy. Just we didn't accept
On the side.
and we killed the messenger that bring. But I mean, we didn't agree on this, and they attacked Iran for 800 years. We couldn't speak Farsi. We couldn't have anything. Even in Europe, same thing. Catholics and Orthodox, you could just go to the church and say, "Oh, my neighbor is a witch." Witch, interesting. I mean,
Yeah.
why? If it's actually sent by God, He could do it in a way. I have lots of questions about this. I don't want to
It's
open
fine.
them because it's like you cannot find the answer. At least I don't know.
Maybe that back to that days, back to that moments, people tend to be like, I wanted to be more faithful
Yeah.
than the others. So they are starting to take things extreme. They're starting to taking the things in different way.
Okay.
So here we go.
Okay, I have a conversation for that too. They say Islam is for all of the times. Everyone should understand the same. But why nowadays we are going to this world that
Separate ways.
yeah, we are going to this new world that being religion is old-fashioned, is not cool if you're a
I
religion.
told you about it.
That
Yeah, you told me.
Yeah.
That's what
Explain it to
I'm
you.
adding to your things.
Because
Okay,
of the
that's
people
society.
displayed.
Yeah, but it was for everyone.
it is still for everyone
But not everyone understands it.
I mean, guys,
because they're not taught about. Look. I believe every ISIS member, if you show them like
Gonna
if,
bomb us next
I
week.
mean, guys, I have an example. It crossed my mind a lot about the. I mean, I'm not gonna say like religious people. I'm gonna say like narrow-minded people. All right. Why they taught us
Yeah.
that like God, I don't know, for somehow, God loves people being so simple, being poor, being like helpless, being wearing old-fashioned clothes. Guys, come on, this is wrong.
They teach us that if you want to go to heaven, you shouldn't
You should
have all of
be,
this.
yeah.
that's wrong on their part. Religion never says you should
Yeah,
have more.
because back to the first topic, going with the flow or having seeking the truth according to the standards, the science, the books, and you can decide what is wrong and right. But we can say sometimes, I don't know. I'm gonna like connect this with a university. We can say, guys, it's back to our subjects, our exams. You always wanted to get the information, get the knowledge with the easiest, faster way. Because if there is two ways, learning by yourself and or cheating, no, I'm gonna cheat because everyone is gonna cheat. So I'm gonna get like full mark. But because I don't know, maybe human nature.
No, that's It has been.
Maybe that's why in religion, I mean, this is like important topic. Like you have to control your desire.
Back after a nice break. So, yeah, that was the things I thought about sometimes about religion. And I do think that as people we understood the wrong points. Like there was a comedian who said, fuck the messenger. Did you get the message? No, Vince, I think he didn't get the message. He got busy with other stuff instead of understanding what was the point. Okay?
What are you doing?
That was my comment. So,
Okay. What was the last topic we were talking
I
about?
think the last topic I was talking about,
The religions
your question?
and the books, the
we're
cube,
talking about the books.
the cube,
Okay,
the circle. Get out.
So back to the, I think we should go back to the main topic because we jumped to where
Yeah.
the things. I still think that the whole, I still didn't understand why we get different ideas. The factors I had in my mind was how we get educated about this stuff. Because on it, like obviously a person that went to university, he has different. The way he see reality is different than a guy that he was just like finished high
yeah,
school.
obviously.
So I think it depends on the level of education, the culture you grew up, and yourself. Yeah.
It
So-
depends on so many different factors, even your personality. But obviously, people would see things differently. We discussed the fact that like they would be wrong. Like some of the people would be flawed.
Yeah.
That's what we discussed. We didn't discuss how to know which one is right or wrong. I think that's what you know.
I think there is not any choice that is completely right, or there's nothing that is completely wrong.
Give me an example.
Okay, this laptop,
Okay.
you see it from here, you see it from this side, I see it from this side. I say this laptop have a great CPU because we're using it. But from that side, I said, where the fuck is the CPU? I don't see anything. What you talking about? Just the thing with
Okay,
some
I don't
speakers.
see it, but I can't deny it having a great CPU. Like I would read about it and I would be like, okay, yeah, it does have a great
But
CPU.
still, no, maybe my example was fucked up.
Give us better example.
Oh, I just remember. You need to hear the things that you need to hear, not the things you want to hear. Now I remember.
Yeah.
Okay, let's back to the topic.
So, for example, I give you food. No. Okay, there's a famous story actually. There was a huge curtain, and behind the curtain there was some kind of like some boxes and stuff. But from this side, it looked like an elephant. So people were passing and they saw the thing. Oh, that's the elephant.
Okay.
They can see the shape is like it have a horn and stuff.
Okay.
But suddenly someone said it can be elephant. He went and removed the curtain and it was some boxes and stuff that looked
Okay.
like.
Well,
elephant.
those guys were wrong about it being an elephant.
But they thought it's an elephant because everything they saw it looked like.
Because
it.
people,
Okay, but they're wrong. There was no elephant.
Yeah, but they saw
Like-
the passport.
Human eyes, not even just eyes, like the senses we have are flawed. They're not perfect. You can sense things wrong. You can see things wrong. I mean, we have so many stories of people seeing like I don't know, a ghost or something. Like, I'm not saying it's like ghosts don't exist, whatever. That's a different discussion.
Ghosts
Um,
don't come to your house tonight.
But like, what I'm saying is like our senses are flawed.
I mean, let's say like people see things from different angles. I mean, for example, from different angles, different positions. Because let's say, for example, you're cooking something, So the people, the person, or you, that you are cook, for example, some food, you're saying you are gonna taste the food in different way that the people they're gonna just consume the food without cooking it.
Yeah, you're right. But I mean, how many guys we have in this earth that are willing to take the curtain off and see what it actually is? I don't think there are a lot of people like that.
Yeah,
There are some.
I mean, I got a teacher before, back to when I was in high school. He told me this thing that, for example, this guy, you Walid, he was teaching me math. So he was telling me like you're seeing math like this in front of your eye. But as a teacher, I'm observing and seeing the math like, from this angle, from this, from this, because I'm a teacher, you're still a student. So maybe we can say like there is factors like IQ, like knowledge, like education, environment, all these inputs change the opinions from person to another person. Control the opinions, I would say.
But do you think if everyone learned to see this cup, like your teacher said, see it from every angle instead of just saying this is a cup? Do you think if everyone learned this, we're gonna have same point of view, everything? Because all of us saw every side of it.
Okay.
And now we can say, okay, this is a cup, did this height, did this width, this is tea inside, this is made of
coffee,
plastic.
I'm sorry.
Coffee. Like, but now we just see it's a cup. We don't know what is inside, nothing. We just see it as a cup. And I see this logo, but here on the other side, I don't think.
Another logo. There is another logo.
Imagine nothing. That.
Yeah, okay.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, I know what you mean.
So do you think if everyone learn how to see it from every angle,
Different angles.
we're gonna
Understand the world
same
better,
way?
yeah. We're gonna.
No?
I don't think so. No, it's like we talked about human nature. I think it's in human nature to disagree sometimes.
Yeah, there is
And
always
we
a
can
guy
say,
to fuck everything
oh
up.
guys,
Yeah.
you know,
Like the most simple stuff, humans would argue about to you. Like I would say this is a chair, and people would be like, but I see it as like a phone.
I have
You know?
different opinion, guys, which is for the communities in this world, there is also, I mean, there is in every team, in everything, there is one leader and there is people who works under that leader. There is only one leader. There is no like, we are 10, we are a team of 10, we are all leaders. No, doesn't work.
By the way, I actually discussed this with someone like years ago, like 5 years ago or something, and he was like fully believing in relativism, and I was saying, okay, because they don't believe anything is 100% certain, I was like, okay, do you accept that this is a desk? I would be like, no, and I would be like, if someone comes in and says this is a boat, would you not disagree with him? And he's like, it's not my right to disagree or agree with him. If they see it as a boat, then for them it's a boat. This is how crazy it is. So
This is like
But
how.
you have a live example of, sorry for interrupting, but you have a live example for the pronouns and all of this.
like it's just crazy. And the fact that like philosophers, there are philosophers who agree with this whole ideology is just mental.
Yeah, you want to say something, sorry.
Maybe because they are considering like, all right, I do have boundaries. I don't have the rights to judge people. I don't have the rights to change people how they think, how they see the things. So I don't know. Maybe this is how they thinking.
But like you're not judging a person, you're judging a desk.
Oh, gosh.
Like if you're actually gonna argue with me and say this can be a boat or a car or like a laptop, I can't. I'm not gonna continue
If they
the
say
conversation
it's
with you.
wood, I would be.
You can argue and say, okay, this is wood. You can make a boat out of the wood.
Mehdi,
That would be fine, but
Mehdi, we're talking about the logic right now.
Yeah,
There's
yeah.
a logic
There's
eventually.
no logic in this.
there's no logic in their
I
idea.
mean, there is logic. Logic can save a lot of times
Hmm.
for a
But
person.
the problem is, even logic, we have different logics. Like the logic I have is different from your logic.
Because everyone is
Depends on
using,
the topic.
everyone is maybe shaping the logic into his own terms, on benefits, let's say.
Yeah.
That's
For
true.
example, there is two shops. You providing hot drinks and providing the cold drinks.
Okay.
In my opinion, I love summer more than winter. This is my
Those
opinion.
are opinions,
This
yeah.
is my logic. I want the year, the whole year being hot, being summer. But for you, it's a different story.
Yeah. It's fine to like disagree on things like this. Like I like hot water, someone likes cold water. Whatever.
I mean, that makes sense, but the logic. What's the difference between logic and common sense?
Common sense would vary from person to person. Logic should be the same on everything.
I
Like,
think
every human should
logic, following the facts,
It's using your brain.
yeah, the facts, but the other thing is following your sense, your guts, your feelings more than
Mhm.
your imagination.
I trust logic more.
Yeah,
But sometimes, you know, the problem is logic. It's sometimes we need, like, logic is 100% logical. I mean, we don't have emotions in logic.
Yeah, that's fine.
That's fine.
That is fine. I feel like we should. It shouldn't be like whenever you look at a situation, you should have both like consider feelings and logic. But I feel like it would be the outcome would be better if you fully consider logic rather than fully considering feelings. You
know,
get me?
I thought like you, but
but
for the past couple of weeks,
Weeks.
oh, days, days.
for the past couple of weeks,
I'm sorry.
realized that emotions not necessarily in any way.
Rian,
Are not.
I have better explanation.
Yeah.
I have better explanation. Let's say, not all the people do understand their feelings. I mean, you're talking about following feelings or
Feelings can be
or
confusing.
logical. All right, right. But following the feelings, not all the people have that gift to understand their feelings. I mean, you gotta get yourself into experiences, into a lot of stuff, to eventually understand your feelings, understand yourself, to know yourself. But before that, you can't always depending on your feelings because
Yeah.
first of all, you don't understand what his feeling is, what the feeling is. And
But
With logic, you can prove something, and I think that's valuable. With feelings,
logic
you
is
can't.
more safer, more
It's the safe option.
more practical.
but logic brings you guilt.
How so?
How?
Like, imagine you choose in a situation that you need your emotions to work, you choose logic over your emotions. You say, okay, this one, it makes me happy emotionally, but logically this is bad for me.
I know what,
I would
what
go
it-
with logic.
guys. I know what you're saying about.
Yeah.
You always have that dilemma
Yeah.
that there is two sides.
Yeah.
Either one of those sides, I wanna following the rules. I have principles. I'm a practical guy. But the other side is let's live the moment. We live for once.
Yeah.
There's two
And
sides.
there is always one side making you feel guilty.
Yeah.
Fortunately for me, like personally, I would say most
I
of
was
the time,
speaking with my friend about it.
my feelings and logic are on the same path.
Really?
Yeah.
Congratulations, you did inside.
I know. But no, like if they're on the same side, like that's the best thing for you.
I mean,
You don't have to choose.
I mean, you're talking about
Depends on the situation.
when you're gonna figure it out all together. We're gonna, yeah, but
How is it bad?
guys, come on, we're still in our 20s.
Like you're saying you're dead inside, yeah? Like
No, I'm
how is
joking.
I know. Like
No, he's
are you
not
saying this
joking.
as
He's
a
not joking.
negative
It's
thing?
not joking.
having logic and feelings on the same side.
I see it as a negative. That's the dilemma. Sometimes when I listen to my logic, in my head, my emotions are fucking me over. But when I'm thinking about my emotions, my logic is fucking me over. I always have this fight.
Can you give an example?
I mean, I got an example.
Recent
I
example.
got example.
It's okay. Whatever
I
example. you're comfortable
got an example. Let's say I'm a person. I love concerts. I love the vibe.
Okay.
It's summertime. Let's hang out. So there is two sides. All right. If I'm going to concert, all right, I'm having fun, living the moment, memories, etc. But there is other side. You're broke. You're too.
You're broke. Your auntie is broke, bitch. You're broke.
I mean, if it's gonna cause an actual problem, which those people who would go out, sell their whatever they need, and then buy an iPhone or a Samsung. There was a girl, Chinese girl or something in the U.S. who sold their kidney for an iPhone, for the latest iPhone.
Jesus.
That's the definition of choosing your feelings over logic. If it's gonna cause you a huge problem in the future, you shouldn't do it.
So one of our cameras died, and we're probably gonna make a part 2. I think that was a nice episode. We discussed about a lot of things. A lovely episode. I said all of this before. I think we should do a part 2. One of our cameras died because that's why we are doing this. And yeah, anything you want to say? Yeah, 4% charging. Say it fast.
It has been a pleasure.
Hello. Barbie.
It has been a pleasure.
Yeah.
I had a really good time, lovely conversation, and I just met a lovely person.
You just met,
Yeah.
which is.
I hope this is a good start for a friendship. So, bye bye.
Ciao.
Ciao.